about to watch a Patreon live stream. If you're interested in participating in a future Patreon live stream, you should definitely consider joining my community at patreon.com/Abbey Normal's Wisdom Quest. Hello, hello. I don't know who's here yet. Hi, Jean. Hi, Kyle. Oh, I'm so happy you both could come. Thank you so much for joining today. How are you guys doing? Kyle, I got to see you earlier. All right, I'm almost up to date here with all of my little boxes and things. I've been a cleaning fool. And now I'm going to wind down and do some journeys. I want to do like I did last week. And I want to ask you guys, what are you interested in? I'm going to journey into that topic and see what comes up. So whatever. I mean, if you want me to channel someone, Kyle, I know you were asking about ADSUM, capital ADSUM, ADSUM. So I'm going to check that out if you still want me to, or if you've changed to some other interest. I could channel anybody, anything, anywhere, any kind of healing you'd like me to explore, anything. So add some. Yay. Hey, Dylan, welcome. How are you doing? Don't be shy. Speak to me. Type in the chat box for me, please. Howdy. I'm going to chill for a little bit. I'm waiting for if anybody else can come. Okay, Kyle, Adam and Eve. Yes. Okay, ADSUM and Adam and Eve. Okay. We'll see what all topics come. I'll start with ADSUM, and if we can't do Adam and Eve today, then let's plan on that for next week. Okay. I'm doing great, Dylan. Thank you so much for asking. If you have any interests, please put them in the chat box, and I'm going to be journeying into anything you guys are interested in. So please share some topic ideas. Hello, Joseph. Thank you so much for coming. So happy to see you here. All right. I don't have anybody in particular that I'm interested in. Like I did Aphrodite last week, and I'm keeping the door open for you guys to fill in the blanks for me. I'm going to just chill for just another few minutes, and then I'm going to dive into ADSUM, and then we're going to move forward. So Joe, if you have anyone or anything anywhere you would like me to channel, any healing you would be interested in, I would be happy to hear from you. Okay, so Dylan, you say, okay, so yes, how about two of my favorite physicists, Richard Feynman and Hugh Everett? I've never heard of them. I can't wait to meet them. Okay, I'm getting really pumped up here. Am I getting blurry as well? This is how you correct a blur. Oh, there we go. It's all corrected now. Okay, I'm going to start with ADSUM, and then we're going to move forward. All right, here we go. I don't know why it's kind of sensitive. I feel very sensitive, like oh man. So you had said, I mean, these are capital letters, and it's kind of like a Harry Potter, like the magic words that manifest, is what you were experiencing with that. And I will say, in my interpretation, everything is micro. Can I say that 5 times fast? So it goes way down into the most intricate and most intimate sensation of a feeling. And it is so intensely amplified. I can't, I can't even, I mean, how is it so let's just say we have a layer of information. Now inside that layer of information is a layer of information. Inside that layer of information is a layer of information. How many layers of information can we go into in an infinite universe? So let's take a something and then let's go inside of it and inside of it and inside of it and inside it forever. And then amplify that, concentrate it, and then make it super profound. I will say the emotion here, I don't want to call it sad because it's just so insanely meaningful. You know what I mean? Like love in its purest form is so influential. I mean, we can't breathe. Suddenly a gray world turns into the most colorful world we could ever imagine. We lose our appetite or we gain our appetite. Love influences us in so many ways. It makes us grieve over somebody that we've lost that we deeply love. So love is powerful, right? So can it be sad? Yeah. Can it be so happy that it's bawling its eyes out? Yeah. Can it be so like insanely intense, the love that we don't even know how to feel about it? Yeah. So this ADSUM is like this. And I want to say that there's a liquid about it. And I want to say it's water, but it doesn't necessarily echo back that it's water. It looks like water to me, but it's more metallic in appearance. And it seems dry, believe it or not. Can you imagine a dry liquid? I mean, seriously. But when I touch it, it's like my finger touches it and it swirls it around. But then when I remove my finger, there's nothing on it. It's like dry. But I don't know, is it moving around my finger? It's not letting my finger literally touch it because it sort of moves out of the way if my finger comes close. But it does have a dryness to it. All right, so now that we've investigated a little bit, universe, tell me some more about ADSUM. Can we use it in our day-to-day life? Okay, they're wanting me to project into the liquid now. Oh, I'm so vulnerable doing this. I'm nervous. Oh my gosh. When I go into the liquid, like I was saying about the layers, infinite layers that are so concentrated and amplified, I feel a ringing in my soul and it's insanely loud and it's undeniable. And I'm still trying to understand how I feel transformed by this because my ego is going to be nervous, right? My ego is trying to interpret, doesn't know how to interpret, freaks out. But my soul is aware. So, all right, they want me to describe the first sensation. So when I go into ADSUM, this liquid that I experience related to it, I feel insane vibrations and then really potent sensation of everything that love is all about, really centralized. Okay. And it really impacts my heart first and foremost. And I vibrate, my heart's vibrating forward and backward. And I see maybe like a peachish colored pink in the front, vibrating through the front, and then a bluish color vibrating in the back. So I'm kind of cut into two halves, but I'm obviously together. But there's these two colors that I experience, the peachish pink in the front, the blue in the back. It's actually kind of helping me to talk about it because if I go silent, I'll really get carried away with it. So I'm just going to go silent. I see a little girl in here. And she's incredible. Like, she's like a doll in a way. I mean, her hair is absolutely, it's very thick and it has beautiful, intense, like ringlets. She's wearing a Victorian, like Alice in Wonderland, but super high-end dress with the cute pantyhose and the black shoes. And we're talking very fancy. but it's not to her ankles. It's more like right to her knees. And she's very shy, but I know who she is and I know what she is. In a way, she represents something of myself that I am aware of, but not fully merged with. And perhaps that sensation of purity, sensation of more. I mean, she represents so much more than maybe life itself has inspired me to not want to reach that level of being as of yet. I mean, she's so incredible that, I mean, is this world ready for that? Am I ready for that? And so she represents that reflection of who I am. We all have one of these inside of us. We all have one of these. So what is it inside of you? You know, what is it inside of me? Here I'm looking at it. ADSUM is revealing this to me. An aspect of who I am, my true identity. And I mean, it's beckoning me to honor that. I mean, literally honor that, which is myself, which for some reason I separated myself from that, which I am to be that. Okay, I'm gonna go the next step here, okay? So you can tell it's ego when you start to make all these reasons and excuses and judgments and blah blah blah. You know that's ego is creating time and distance from that thing. And you don't need ego. You don't need time and distance from that thing. You have to choose it without having to think about it. If you know that is your choice, you know that is the right choice, then you must make that choice. Why do you need to take the time to really think about it if you know what it is that you are choosing? Okay. And I know that this is right in my heart. All right. So I am choosing to merge with this side of myself, this part of who I am, which is amplified, my amplified identity, which is very pure and inner childlike. There's an ego response that says, but how do I merge with her fully, or how do I know I'm even working with her? Blah, 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 ego stuff. You don't need to ask the questions because that means that you are trying to still create the distance. Don't need the distance. You need to just acknowledge that it is done and now allow the mystery and the magic to unravel and reveal itself through each and every day. So be firm with the choice. I adore this part of who I am. You know, I was teased a lot and I was called porcelain doll because I had like perfect skin and ringlet hair, and that didn't really mesh well with the grunge era. So I was made fun of for that, and I look back and I think that's just so ridiculous. And I think that's why this part of me is coming forward as that, because I rejected that because I wanted to fit in, you know. When you're growing up, you do those things. And now I can embrace that. I can embrace me, and I can see me as beautiful and be that beauty, you know? And I can just own it. It's interesting because it's healing my past and it's healing me and it's healing my inner child. And it's bringing me to a place of presence that is more who I am than I have been before this now. So this ADSUM is a massive, major, ultra gift, Kyle. So thank you for that. As you see, this topic, this inspiration has truly changed my life. And so thank you for that. And I would highly encourage any of you, if you, whether you know how to journey or not, it's okay. You don't have to be some kind of professional. ADSUM alone is simply, it is the key word that gives you access to the energetic material, that gives you access to the energetic material, that gives you access to it, and on and on and on. And then don't let your ego get in the way. Don't let it create distance or resistance to what is so plain and simple. It's right there. It's right there. So just allow that to be right there for you, and then just be a part of that, and allow whatever to come, right? So if you choose to say, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to chill, and now I'm going to just add some, I don't know, that would feel kind of weird. Maybe something's going to happen. You guys ever do that where you feel kind of like weird, but you're going to try this? Like I do that with yoga. I feel kind of weird because I don't do it every day. And then when I do these poses, I don't know why I feel kind of weird about it. I don't know why. I swear to God, we all have something like this. And so you just let the weird out, okay? And then you just own it, man. Add some, man. And then just let it be and see how you feel. Just let it be and see how you feel. And if any ideas come to the surface, that's part of the process for you. Part of the process. So now you guys can try this out. Isn't that cool? Hi, Amanda. Hi, Joelle. Welcome. So happy to see you guys here. Oh, thank you for Joelle. You say, I love you, Abbey. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So Jean, you're asking if I can go to Haiti. Cool. And Joseph, you say the four spirits I seen that are there to help the soul leave the body. They make the body very heavy so the soul is able to leave. That is so cool. I can't wait to see about this. Okay. Joelle, I don't know what time we're going to have, but if you have an inspiration that you'd like me to take a look at, just put it in the chat box and we'll see what time we have today. And if anything, I'll try to recall that for next week. Okay. So let's see here. All right, so I'm gonna put Adam and Eve in my pocket for next week. Okay, Dylan, let's check out these physicists. Richard Feynman, Hugh Everett. Okay. I still connected to ADSUM. I'm going to choose Richard Feynman. I'm going to do one of the two. Letting go of ADSUM. Coming back to myself. Okay. Richard Feynman. I'm so excited. Okay. Still disconnecting from ADSUM. I mean, it's on and on and on. The echoes are on and on and on. Letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. And Amanda too, I am sorry. If you have any recommendations as well, please put them in the chat box. Okay. Go back up here and see what the name again, Richard Feynman. Okay. Oh. All right, there's a lot of things happening at once. The first thing that comes to me, and I can't remember, maybe it's called Big, the movie. And there's something about a piano keyboard on the floor, and you could actually step on the keys and play a song. And so I'm seeing piano keys and something fun and silly and something like this. And it's going so fast. I just feel like doing this, like like vibrating back and forth with my head. And I don't know if I'm like really everything's going in fast forward and I'm like speeding up and the keys are just going like, what's the song that they play? Is it called Chopsticks or something? But it seems like maybe you could start it slow and then get it going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster until you screw up because it goes so fast. It's like saying something 5 times fast. Like eventually it'll be really hard to just keep up with that speed, you know? And so I can only like move my head back and forth so fast before it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? So this is like, like things are going so fast, right? Vibrating back and forth so fast. But there's something funny and composer-like about it, something musical. I mean, I see now an actual composer and I see black and the spotlight is upon the composer and he's quite short. And he's standing on a box and there's a black music stand and he has one of those batons and he's sort of tapping on it and getting us prepared for this music mean, he's directing musicians here, but I don't see any musicians. I just see him directing what exactly? Man, he is so fast forward. I gotta, I just did add some, man. I gotta just slow down a little bit. You're so fast. Okay. He says, you will see. It's like revealing what is behind the black. You will see. Because he sort of peels away the black and reveals there are people here, and then he puts the black back. And then he shows me that space literally is an illusion, because in the black, you can't tell how far away anything is or how close anything is, because in the black, you can't tell distance. And in the black, it seems to alter distance, time, and space is the only way I could define it. It even alters our perception of everything about reality. The black does. Because he shows me when the spotlight is upon the composer, he has the black music stand. And to be honest, there wasn't any music on the black stand, but now maybe that's another mystery. Like it's just hidden in the black. There's more here. There's more space. There's more to discover. You have to peel away the layers to see what is beneath the surface. Otherwise, you're only going to see so far, basically, or so deep. And there's something interesting about the perception of literally basic thought processes as a human being. Like we could be superficial in how we see people, places, things. But as we peel away the layers, there is more depth. Therefore, we're accessing more space, time, dimension, on and on and on. But the less we see, the more that's sort of in the black. We have no, like we might as well be in a very small space, because there's something confining when we don't choose to peel away the layers to see what is beneath the surface. And he says even color is black. So he shows me, he peels the black away, and then I see people here. Then he peels the people away, and he says that they're no different than the black. Them, because they're just color, but when the color all mixes together, it becomes black anyway. So as you continue to peel away whether it's black or it's color, you get more depth. In the black, though, it seems like two simultaneous experiences. One is we have no depth perception, so we can't like tell how far away something is. We can't see space, and it alters space-time reality. Like, I mean, he's saying something of this level. Now, the other thing is in the black is all the colors and all the layers, infinite layers, infinite layers. It's so interesting because I'm connecting with this guy, Richard Feynman, after ADSUM, and he too is talking about layers and depth. And I mean, he's talking about this. I really want to understand how it alters time, like, because I understand how it alters our perception of space. Oh, that's what he's been doing this whole time. He's been going so fast, I can't hardly keep up. And now I'm starting to match his pace. The only reason I noticed that was because he slowed down, and it made me feel like I couldn't cope with it. It's he must have a sense of humor, because all right, he basically, somebody farted in here, okay, and it reeks. Now you linger in the stench for long enough and you adjust to it, so you can't even tell it's there. Okay, now if you linger in fast long enough, you will adjust to the speed. Now when it slows down to something you were previously comfortable with, it feels very disorienting. So your relationship with time is disoriented now. As we adjusted to going faster, now we are adjusting going slower, and it is something we have to work through. Time. We have to work through time. So that's what it's like, okay? He's going so slow. I feel like I could vomit. From going so fast now to suddenly going so slow, it makes me feel like I could vomit. It's like being on a crazy Adventureland ride where it goes like so fast and now time is disoriented and you're going insanely slow that you are freaking out. Like it's incapably slow. Like it's going to distort your physical body slow, and it's going to distort it in a way that is going to make you sick to your stomach. It was almost easier to go faster than it was to go slower to the point that your whole body mass is distorted. Okay, so what is that? He says, okay, something like this. When we think of time travel, we think of speeding things up. But what about slowing things down to access the same phenomenon? Now, what's the difference between super fast and super slow? And can they meet in the middle? Could super fast become equivalent to ultra super slow? Could you break the speed of light by going slower than light itself? Like going slower than time, going slower than slow. He's really fascinated by this, slowing things down. But he's showing me that when you slow down as a physical body, you have like to create any kind of instrument to get a human being into a dimensional reality that is coherent with that pace, the body will alter. It will alter. So you'd have to create also a phenomenon that would support the body's adaptation to that. I mean, he's saying it's as serious as when you go down deep into the dark abyss of the ocean and the pressure changes. I think somewhere there was like they did some kind of experiment that any dodo brain could understand, but they had like a foam head and they took it all the way down, and they had duplicates. So you could see the original size, and then they brought up the other one. It was like super small, and you could see how the pressure altered that density. It altered the form. It's like it's the ugly fish or something, who has structure until it's pulled out of the pressure rise depths, and then it's a blob. It's like a blob fish. And so he's talking about how it'll distort our physical body to go that slow. And he finds this to be also important, that in an odd way, it seems like we can cope with faster speeds, but we have a harder time coping with slower speeds. Our physical form does. Because I feel like I could go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, but I'm overwhelmed to go slower. He says, I have something like, I don't know what fast is yet. Like, I think I can cope with fast until I'm going fast. He says it's important that we think about the dimensions and realms where things are that are much slower than our concept of light and time and sound and all of this. When we go slower than all of that stuff, we will enter into totally new realities. And it's important that we think about those too, in that direction as well, and how we can create technology to support the body through a physical process of going through those dimensional experience, those fluctuations in speed, basically. I mean, I feel like I just went on a crazy roller coaster ride with this guy. I love how fast he's like his mind is all about being fascinated. Like, and there has to be a level of imagination and creativity to be able to expand the mind's ideas and perceptibility of these types of concepts, and to be able to think of the possibilities of what would happen if you even went into the possibilities that you creatively thought about. Like all this stuff, fascinating, 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 peeling back the layers of the black, right? To see the color, which is really just black anyway, to peel back the layers to expand our relationship with time and space and dimension, etc. And that's his song for us, is this message. You must like music. All right. Oh my gosh. Hello, Delinda. Welcome. All right. I'm going to go to the next thing here. Holy smokes. Haiti. Okay. Oh, I'm going to let go of this guy. How come I can never remember his name? It's Richard Feynman. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. What I'm most curious about, Jean, is in your request for Haiti, you say Haiti question mark. So I find that interesting. I feel still, cold, beautifully cold, fresh air going up my nostrils. And it's on the level that you guys get water up your nose and you know how it kind of burns. It's on the level that it's almost burning my nose. But I maintain a rhythm of inhaling this cold. And it is fresh to my experience. It is fresh, but I feel like there is something I'm not yet seeing about this. Oh, yeah, something is not good here because this air is now turning blue. It's not like you see this sky is blue, but the air itself is clear, you know what I mean? And so when I'm inhaling the clear air, crystal clear air, and it's having this reaction and I'm focusing on inhaling it anyway, it starts to become the color blue. And in this blue, there is an imbalance, and I'm starting to see pools of, oh man, it's very disappointing, like not healthy water, not healthy liquids. And if the liquid isn't healthy, the liquid that is unhealthy has a way of getting into the air we breathe. Because I see oily residue on pools of water, like maybe a street that hasn't been paved in a while has like these big holes in it. And then the holes collect water, and I see there's residue in the water. And not on my life. You know how they have those straws? Like you could take this like ultra straw and drink out of a puddle and it will filter the water. I wouldn't even use an ultra straw and drink out of those puddles. Now there's a new thing here. Oh man. Now what I'm tapping into with Haiti is, I mean, I don't know what to make of the meaning of it, but and I mean, I'm literally just going into Haiti, just this word, just this place, and no like news or um nothing like this. Okay, it's just simply going in as a completely innocent, looking at a perspective. Now, there's all these interesting interconnected blocks of spaces, and it's everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. And I'm touching one of them. I'm touching another one. It's like walking through a land of balloons that are all connected to each other in different shapes. And we're talking more like triangles, rectangles, squares, L-shaped lines as well. I'm really getting into something quite beautiful in the middle or in the center of all of this, and I'm working my way. It's like getting to the center of a Tootsie Pop, you know? And I'm working my way into the center of something here that is really worth accessing because it made me feel sad. It made me feel confused. This experience of the cold air was nice until it started to hurt, but I just kept doing it anyway, you know? And then it turned blue, and then I start to see the pools of like contaminated water, and then I start to feel like I'm breathing in fumes and things are not I don't enjoy it. Now I'm kind of moving past all of that and I see all these interconnected shapes and something looks exquisite about it. I mean, if you could imagine a million different interconnected clear shapes where you can just see the outlines of them all working together to create perfect fits of all different types of shapes and sizes, like bricklaying, but we've got all different shapes and sizes of blocks and triangles and everything. And then it all kind of, it's like a big Epcot center, like a big sphere, and they all kind of work together to get me to the center of something. And the center is just really worth getting to. It's not easy to get into it. Huh. Oh, it's like people have tried. I mean, I see people getting sucked into the different shapes and trying to work their way there, but they'll never make it. Nobody ever makes it. I mean, is there a secret like dimensional fun game in Haiti that like some know about on another side of reality? Because I see literally human beings that like go through the piping system to try to get to the center and they never make it. And I'm in the energy world, so I can just go bypass all this stuff. But there's another challenge because I'm not able to get into the center. It's almost like the center moves further away from me. So as I think I'm getting closer, it's just moving further away. So I just tell the center, what is it? Do you not want anybody to reach you? Do you want nobody to reach you or what? Is that why you're so hard to reach? I mean, we want to reach you. This is a consciousness. This is a living being. This is meaning. This is life force energy. I mean, this is a living consciousness. And it is avoiding, and it is, but there's something beautiful about it though. And I'm not sure why it's withholding or like distancing. Getting closer. And because I care, I'm able to get closer to the center, to the heart of Haiti. And I feel like Haiti is a name. I mean, I know it is, but I feel like this spirit represents a magic about Haiti. And that when we long for accessing that beauty, there's a power point here. I mean, there's truly a nucleus, a power point here of energy that has an impact that could really impact the world with something special. It needs support. I mean, this beauty needs some support, needs some drawing out and knowing that it is safe to come out, to receive, to be loved. And it's almost like it inside of itself has given up on that. Like maybe sometimes things go to such an extreme, you just kind of live in a point where maybe this is all it'll ever be in a way. Because I'm just experiencing my nose burning and, these images at the beginning. And something about these images have created an influence to just let things be as they are and not create the ripples of empowerment that this spirit of Haiti can do for the whole world even. I mean, it reminds me of Hawaii in a way, because Hawaii draws the world into it, to nurture and heal humanity. And I feel Haiti can do that same thing where it draws the world into it to be nurtured and healed within it. And people are trying to get to the heart of Haiti, and they're getting stuck or they're not able to make it. And in a way, the energy of Haiti is kind of pushing, is creating that, is closing that. It's just not easy to get into it and have that revitalizing experience that is genuinely offered to the whole world. Feel like there's blocks up. Funny because there's all these different shapes. I never called them blocks because I didn't perceive them like blocks, but these are all blocks. I say, what can I do for you? What can I do to help you feel something new in your heart? Oh, I'm gonna do this. I see all the blocks as balloons, okay? And I just start popping all the blocks, and we're like a million blocks, okay? And I just start popping them. And I will say that popping these creates a discomfort, like it kind of hurts somehow. We need to remove the blocks, but we can't pop them apparently. I feel like we can pop them. I just feel there's an attachment to them, which makes it painful for that attachment to be removed. Because within Haiti, it has to want to remove those blocks. Otherwise, for them to be removed will be kind of an uncomfortable experience and isn't really what the spirit of Haiti is wanting to express, which is something very healing for the world, truly. I mean, this is what exists here. I just hug the spirit, even though it still feels kind of distant in my imagination. I say, see, I'm hugging you and I'm very grateful for you. Thank you. I just feel like there's a need for support here, just genuine people, genuine love and caring, genuine support, and an inspiration to rehabilitate. Like, let's bring out the best. It's like not just Haiti though. Let's bring out the best of every single country in the whole entire world. Like, let's bring out the best. Let's create a business, a corporation or whatever, where people go to work to bring out the best of their state or their country, or anywhere in the world, helping other corporations in different countries in the world, and we all work together to create the most beautiful experience in each country that could ever be offered to the world. That's what we should be doing. I mean, we should be going to work to do that. Yeah. Thank you very much for this, Jean. I don't know a lot about Haiti and I don't watch the news. And maybe there's something in the news, I'm not sure, but I'd like to do a little bit more research on this country, just to understand my experience with it more. Thank you so much for this. I really enjoyed that. Makes me very curious. Okay. Joe. All right. All right. So you guys don't know this, but Joe supported the crossing over of a dog that was put to sleep just yesterday. And in that process, he had seen four spirits that were actually creating a density to the dog's body, physical body, in order to release the light spirit from within it. So as the body got heavier, the spirit then was able to release from it, which is something that we'd never seen or experienced before. And he had seen four spirits that were supporting that process. So Joe, you say the four spirits that I saw, that are there to help the soul leave the body. They make the body very heavy so the soul is able to leave. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at this. Hmm. I'm going very, 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 very high up. And even though I go high up, I still see them. Okay. All right. I'm on the ground. I still kind of connected with Haiti. Okay. And I feel pulled to go way, way high up. But on the ground, I see four spirits. And then as I go way high up, I still see four spirits. And they've never moved. They've never moved from their location. Now, the peculiar thing is these four spirits, they look like amoebas. They actually look like not necessarily like souls, like a classic soul. They're more like an organism. I also smell like cigarette smoke for some reason. And it's not easy to just go to them. All right, I'm gonna try something here. Oh, they're showing me that just like this for a reason. So let's just walk through this process, okay? I don't necessarily believe these four spirits are exactly as I'm describing. I believe they're showing me something of this kind to teach us something they're trying to teach us. So I choose to see there's a door here to their dimension. And I can only see myself open the door and walk through like a glass wall. And I'm talking to basically four blobs, like single cell organisms that are the size of a human, but they're kind of an oval, like a globulous oval shape and kind of flat looking. And they act like four men who have nothing but time, and they're just smoking in an alleyway talking. And there's something of an older time about it, like maybe the 1950s. I actually see something of Elvis about this as well. See something about a world where like a world where there's no war. That's how it kind of expresses itself. But I feel the experience of it being after World War II. And it's like a slogan of a world where there is no war. And I want to live in a world where there is no war. I say that. And the four men who I see in another time, and they kind of have I don't know, like the fawns or so, like they have like a greased hair, and they've got blue jeans, and they're cuffed at the bottom, and they're wearing just like a button down shirts that are tucked in, and they're smoking cigarettes in an alleyway. And they're listening to what I just said, that I want to live in a world where there's no war. And they turn back into these flat, like single-celled organisms. And inside of each and every one is memory. And the first one of the four is a female. And she kind of vibrates and moves pink energy around her form. And she's showing me another memory, and it's a little girl, and she's blowing bubbles, and she has blondish colored hair. It's not particularly long, it's shorter, and it's in pigtails. I mean, I can see crystal clear. She has a little pink dress on with some flowers, and then she has a little white just in case it's breezy or cooler, she just has a little white jacket, but it's kind of knitted or crocheted, and then it has a button on it. She doesn't have any shoes on or socks. She's standing in grass blowing bubbles, and she's giggling. She wants me to go deeper into her being. And I start to understand the human mind and how oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this justice. It's about meaning. All right. I could just step into that memory and blow bubbles with that little girl. I could go smoke a cigarette with those men. We could talk about a world without war. I mean, I could go to this gorgeous fountain she's showing me that is somewhere on planet Earth. It still exists, but apparently it's hidden by overgrowth. And it's beautiful to me. There's still water in it, but I mean, she shows me it as though it was just created, it was just born into the experience of those in the community. And it's wonderful. And it's a spirit as well. This fountain is also a spirit. The bubbles are spirits. The little girl's a spirit. The cigarette and the smoke and the meaning of the conversation, all spirits. Inhaling and exhaling spirits with each breath. All spirits. I mean, she's so much as saying our very fingernails, every pore of our skin is spirit, every hair follicle, every pigment of in one person's eye, every cell, every inside the cell, you know, like everything tiny to biggest is a spirit. You could say, what is a grain of sand? A spirit. Then multitude of sand, many spirits working together. Now we have a whole planet, the spirit of a planet. And it seems as though these four don't necessarily merge together. They're almost like cells in the brain of the universe that contain memory, so there's nothing ever forgotten. And she contains vast, 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 vast multitudes of memory. And each one of these contain vast multitudes of memory. And I want to say that their memories are all overlapping. Like they seem to contain the same memories, but there's something slightly different about them. I'm not able to leave her yet, mainly because I don't want to. I feel healed. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like life is so beautiful. And when you are a part of her being, you are in all the beauty of life. And why would you ever want to leave that? Now you understand why souls go through these processes of living and then dying to live again, because life is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I say, but what about the forgotten fountain? Is that still beautiful? I say something about, what about these young men? They're in their 20s. And what about their life? Or this genuine moment of camaraderie? I really understand it. It's she kind of, it's almost like she possesses she shows me the fountain um in its birth, in its birth. And I can see through her the fountain as it appears now through time. Doesn't feel alive anymore. And I feel like what her memories are and what the other memories of these others, what they have as memories within them are different viewpoints of the same memories. Different. I don't want to leave her because there's something so rich and vivid and colorful and beautiful, and it's like the best moments in time, the most pristine, the most perfect moments. The reason why we would ever say life is beautiful, because it was a beautiful freaking moment, you know? And so I have to leave her because I have to. And then I have to go to another one of these, and I'm scared. I actually feel really scared too, because I don't think I want to know every memory. Like, I don't want to see all the sides of a memory. Maybe she holds the richest sides, where some of them hold the more hard to swallow sides. I don't know yet, but I have to at least try. So the other three seem more masculine to me, and she feels feminine. Okay. I'm in the next one. It's weird in here. It's absolutely weird. I feel like I'm floating, and I see little bits and pieces of stuff kind of tucked into streams of gray movement, basically. I mean, there's like a blue beach towel, and then there's a red hat, and then so you just see like colors and items stuffed into gray moving streams of energy all around me. And he is very different from her. And I'm glad that I left her so that I could actually get to know him, because I mean, he's so different. He's he's all over the place here. I mean, in individual forms. I mean, there's like 18 of him or something. I mean, I see him everywhere in specific individual forms of the same form, which looks like an older man with a mustache and a cane that is like the candy cane shape, and it's wooden. And he has a curled back slightly. He has big bifocals. He's coughing. And he stands strong and sturdy on three legs. Because he has two legs plus his third, which is a cane. He's so serious, though. He doesn't smile, he doesn't speak, he just emanates that message to us. I see ocean waves. I see vast, vast, vast oceans of waves. And then I see a smaller version, and the waves are very close together. He says, "You will not find what you are looking for here." He says it like that, almost like he's challenging me. I don't know why, but I just say okay, apparently, and then I just step out. And I ask, what do you for? I mean, I want to go to the other two, but I'm just going to ask, what do you for have to do with supporting the release of souls from bodies? So the spirit of the dog now weighing that body down in order to release the support the spirit in moving or transitioning from the physical into the spirit realm. How do you support that? I am really again focused on the female. She's just, I don't know why, she's like the meaning of everything in my life or something. I don't can't explain how enriched I feel by the way she vibrates, her energy and her meaning. Oh, I never saw them merging. And they don't merge. They just become like four crackers or something. And they're oval shapes. And so there's four of them. So you just see one. And they all speak through each other and then create one voice. And they are stronger together than they are apart. However, apart, you'll get to experience their individuality. And within each one is like a teardrop, which contains all of the memory of the universe. It seems to me like they're a part of all of us, though, too. But they really express themselves as separate, though, as well. She says, what if it's kind of like this shows me looking down a spiral, and it reminds me of DNA, okay? What if within all the DNA of all living things, animals and people, let's just do animals and people right now, okay? What if within the DNA is their divine selves? They exist within the DNA of all animals and people, let's just say. And in that DNA, as humans advance, we'll be able to determine the end of one's life. We even be able to determine the story. We'd be able to look at a DNA strand and see the memory of that entire person who hasn't even lived their life yet. And in the DNA, she is showing me, you could say that we are. And because everything is so presented and visible, like they're there at the very end because they were there at the very beginning. And they could not be there. And they support the body in activating the process of releasing the soul. And that is a very natural process. It's just like a dandelion that gets old and releases the seeds. And the dandelion, what does that? Is it the wind that blows them away, or is the dandelion letting itself go? Literally. So is the body letting its spirit go? Like releasing the spirit from within itself. The apple releasing the seeds as it decomposes into the ground. Everything has a release mechanism, a way of setting its spirit free. I feel like there's much to be discovered here still, and I'm quite intrigued by them. And I don't even know that I've really skimmed this. I mean, I've skimmed the surface. There's a lot of depth here. So thank you. Thank you very much for that, Joe. Um, thank you guys all so much for being here. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Wow, what a great turnout today. Okay, so I'm gonna have to stop there, but I am gonna read I'm gonna read all the comments here. Okay, so Joelle, you say love you, Abby. If there's time, Abby, would you tap into some prime dragon energy? It's okay if not, happy to be here. Yeah, let's tuck that in for a future live stream, okay? Dylan, you say Richard Feynman was a truly funny and amazing person. He loved music. I've been thinking a lot about if we live in a block universe. You covered a really interesting concept of super slow mode. I'll think more about this. Thank you. Hugh Everett wrote his dissertation about the many worlds theory of quantum mechanics. He made the breakthrough of introducing parallel universes. Amazing. Delinda, you say, thank you for sharing. Feeling clear myself. Our bodies are mostly water. I love how you weave it all together. Thank you, Delinda. All right, Joelle, you say, I feel portal energy from Haiti. It must heal. Oh, cool. Delinda, you say, yes, yes, yes. Abby would love to connect to this observation from NASA. Okay, and this is from 2017. You say, according to NASA, it looks like, is that January or November of 2017? U1 Oumuamua was the first known interstellar object to visit our solar system that was discovered October 19th. Okay, October 19th, 2017. I want to totally look into that. Oh man, we have so many great topics, you guys. Jeannie say thank you, Abby. Haiti definitely needs help. Kylie say four spirits, one location. And then Kylie say, okay, night night. And Delinda, you say fun, fun, fun. Thank you all so much for all the cool explorations we got to share with each other. And I'm looking forward to the next live stream where we can discover more. You guys may have to remind me. So let's just see where all this excitement takes us, right? I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.